The weird thing that happened when Eric Cantor lost his primary is that the House Republicans replaced Eric Cantor with basically the other Eric Cantor. His name is Kevin McCarthy. He was the number 3 to Eric Cantor's number 2, and he was Eric Cantor's choice to succeed him. So you have this moment where Eric Cantor loses in a primary because Republican voters in his district reject him, and then just gets replaced by a guy who is like exactly the same. But Kevin McCarthy wanted to show he had heard the dissatisfaction of the Republicans who ousted Cantor. And so what he did was he came out against something called the Export-Import Bank.
I think Ex-Im Bank is one that's something government does not have to be involved in.
Now, the Export-Import Bank is an 80-year-old program that subsidizes foreign buyers of American exports. So an Indian airline gets loan guarantees to buy Boeing's airplanes. It usually passes with no problem. But right now, and this is where it gets interesting, the Export-Import Bank has become the proving ground for a movement inside the Republican Party called the Conservative Reform. And what they want to do is they think that recent Republican presidents, when Republicans get a chance to govern, they are not sufficiently conservative. They accept the basic structure of the democratic welfare state. What they don't do is build a new conservative state in its place. So what the conservative reformers are arguing is that if conservatives are actually going to change the government, they're actually going to make it smaller and more free market oriented, then Republicans need to learn how to fight big business. And the Export-Import Bank is the first place you're really seeing them get Republicans to fight big business. It is supported by the Chamber of Commerce, it's supported by the National Manufacturers Association, it's supported by all the big business trade groups you normally think Republicans as being very, very close to. But in this case, they're beginning to lose the support of key Republicans. They've lost Kevin McCarthy now, they've lost Paul Ryan, they've lost Jeb Hensarling. Rand Paul is an opponent of the Export-Import Bank. This is like, for conservative reformers, what the Keystone XL pipeline is like for climate justice movement. It doesn't solve their problem on its own, but it's a win, and you build movements off of wins. For the first time, it looks like conservative reformers might be able to actually change how Republicans vote on an important matter of policy. So this is a fight worth watching, not because the Export-Import Bank itself is such a big deal. There are good arguments on both sides of that. But if it is flattened, if it is allowed to expire, then we're actually looking at potentially a different Republican Party. We're looking at a movement that began as an intellectual idea, become a real political force, and we're looking at the possibility that the next Republican president might govern very differently than the last couple.